Alright guys, welcome back to another update. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get right back where we left off. Last video got kind of cut a little short, but we're going to get right back into it so we can finish breaking this thing down and move forward on this video. We want to try to get us caught up as fast as possible so we can move forward. Definitely want to give a shout out to my members, shout out to my subscribers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's break this thing on down. Any questions about this video? Because we're going to move it. I have sped this video up, so we're going to move a little quick. Any questions, any concerns, by all means, just leave it in the comments. If you don't know what's going on, all you got to do is go back to part 1 and work your way on back down. You will enjoy it and you will get the full concept of what's going on. I don't want you looking at this thing and being in the dark. As y'all can see, Mr. Netherlands, another snake, thought he was going to come into Australia and make some kind of presence there. Absolutely not. He's probably just another one of their weak members who couldn't get himself together. So he decides he want to still have some kind of mark in the game. No. Now, if you notice, guys, Mr. Arrowhead here really focused on this little area. Let's go back. Let's go back. Pay attention. You notice he's very focused on this little area right here. And we're going to see why very soon. He gave up this part very easily. And now his main focus all of a sudden is this area. You'll see. We're going to show y'all how these snakes work. It ain't really rocket science. We see everything they do is very choreographed. It ain't hard to figure out how these guys do what they do. They're not good players. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show y'all why. Oh yeah, we about to get into the meat and potatoes now. We're going to get right on into it. As y'all can see, he finally took that province. As you can see, he took that province there, and he has those boats there now, which is damaging that province there, which I suspected was going to happen eventually. So yes, it does leave my airplanes trapped. However, if I can get this guy off of this base, that may leave me with a situation where I can just fly here and land here. So that's very, very key that I get rid of this guy here. But I don't have but the no, actually there's no way for me to get that province. I don't have any troops there. So he did a good job of clearing that out. So these airplanes are good as gone for the most part. But those airplanes fought well and can't ask for much more than that. I can imagine that happens probably in real warfare where the enemy will surround some troops or a helicopter. That helicopter at some point needs to get fuel and stuff, and if it has it trapped or it has other airplanes in the area that'll attack if it goes this way or that way, I can see that. Pretty interesting. But all of a sudden, now Arrowhead is just so active. You know what I mean, guys? He's just so active. But he couldn't be that way against the largest coalition in the game. As you can see, I went from sending my troops onto the land to now I'm sending them here as maybe as a way to build up enough troops to build up a small navy. But we're definitely not bringing troops onto Australia. We're not going to bring any more poly reinforcements to Australia because, like I said, it's time to vacate. Very tedious. And that's why I say, guys, I'm not too concerned with Australia when I'm taking so much land from Arrowhead at this point. Look at all this free land. Look at all those forts he left behind on those lands. You see that? That's what you don't want to do. Look at all that sweet. This is sweet, sweet land. Just sweet. Good and developed land. Never leave it like this, guys. Leave at least a couple troops on here. That let you know Arrowhead is an amateur. Those are level 5 forts he just left behind. And you're going to see how that plays a role in how I expose these guys. It's going to be absolutely a learning experience, and it's going to actually be kind of hilarious. Hold on, let's go back for a minute. Let's not skip over that. Did you notice? Miraculously, Pennsylvania just got rid of all of Arrowhead troops that was over here. Y'all remember those troops that they were fighting with over there? Arrowhead just let them just sit there and bomb them to death. Why couldn't he just send those troops over to attack this little stack right here? He just sat there and let them just take it, huh? Right. And didn't even send none of these troops to do anything to assist. Right. We're going to break these guys all the way down to the last fraction decimal. We're going to dust. We're going to bone dust these guys. Oh, I want to keep that in. I want you guys, hold up. I just sped back something. I want you guys to keep something in mind. I want you to keep something in mind. Now, this is where these guys get upset. Let me show you something. This is where they get upset. You see that right there, guys? This is what really burns their buns. This right here. The fact that I am in first place. Regardless of your coalition, regardless of your wolf packing, regardless of how you want to cheat or the conspiracy, one thing you cannot deny, I am in first place by myself with no coalition members. Not even snaky Pennsylvania. So that's the problem these guys got with me. So keep that in mind. I may not be in first place as a team. They got the biggest coalition. They got the most points from that standpoint. But I'm the number one player. I have the most points as a single player on this game. Keep that in mind. Any questions, guys? Leave it in the comments. This is a lot of information to contain, so I can understand if you guys may have questions. But again, I think if you've been following, it should be pretty easy to see what's going on. We're just working through Arrowhead's provinces as best as and as fast as we can, and we're dealing with outside forces trying to creep in on us. We're vacating Australia, but we're going to leave Australia as a 20th world country. We want it to be absolute bone dust by the time we leave there. We ain't giving up nothing for free. Now I do have these rail guns here that we'll be able to use, but again, they're going to render themselves probably null and void because of those airplanes that I said was coming. As you can see, he already got them sitting there. And I anticipated that for sure. That airplanes would definitely start to come down. As you can see, he got 69 right there. So I already anticipated that. So that's going to be what deals with those rail guns. So you got to know the game. You got to know how the enemy is going to attack. Now I'm not going to retreat. I'm going to allow those troops to fight as best as they can. We're going to make sure he tear up that whole province, all these provinces up here, before we allow him to take anything. So we give nothing away for free. Now, a good strategy, I will be honest, I'm going to give you a little tip. Something that I slipped on a little bit is building balloons. I think that's one thing that I will definitely focus on in the future.